Sometimes there's a fine line between celebration and collapsing. The everyday struggles of life and all the troublesome problems that happen in that moment from the time you wake to the time you close your eyes, whenever that time might happen to be, can be the most difficult part of anyone's journey, is to be able to find that space right in the middle where you feel safe enough to relax, but you also are on the edge because you're just not sure what might come next. It's in that space that we find that we are the most vulnerable, at the same time the most powerful, because you're able to find the courage to relive your deepest fears. You're able to dream about the possibilities of what could possibly happen next, and also your fears and your worries. But it's in that space that you realize that it's struggle. It's a day-to-day struggle. And sometimes that struggle does become overwhelming, and sometimes we do find an opportunity to use that struggle to perpetuate ourselves to the next level, wherever that may be. It's within this space that I often find myself trying to return to, because the ups and downs, the highs and lows of everyday life can be so dramatic that sometimes I get pulled down real low, and sometimes you get too high, like you're getting too close to the sun. And that could be a bad thing either way, because you don't want to stay below and stay so low that you just fall down into this deep pit of despair and self-loathing and sadness. At the same time, when you reach for the sky and you head towards the sun and the stars and the moon, you fly higher and higher and faster, and before you know it, you're out of the atmosphere and you can't breathe because there's so much going on around you, and you just feel like you're falling, free falling from space sometimes. So that middle ground, that space in between, that's the place that I try to be. That's the place where I feel the most effective, but it's also the place that's the most elusive every single day, because your mind got to be right, the time got to be right, things around you just have to be in place to be able to just think for a moment. Think about just life. Think about what could be. Think about what was supposed to be. And think about what you're going to do about it when you get the next chance. Listen, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. I just listen to the echoes of those that came before me, and I look at my grandchildren and I think about the ones that will come after me, and I just think about that one moment in time in between. That space to just wander and wander off without getting too far ahead of myself.